Sup sluts, it's your boy, Cancer Central, back again with making a video on a hot button topic that was relevant back in 2016. It's the protest from Buzzfeed. Woo, yeah, fucking idiots. Oh, 1,114 comments. I am sure they are just wonderful. Anyway, basically this is some horse shit thing that you do, and our Central this was just taken to do in 2015. A bit late to the party, aren't I? Well, I could likely Aboriginal born to Australian because I'm 25% Aboriginal. My mother was mixed race. My skin itself is white. But I can claim I'm like I'm Asian because of my skin colour. I'm the only person of my race in a room. I'm the only white person in this room. I'm the only person in this room. But there might be a time where I'm actually being the only white guy in a room. Because I was like with one or two other people, but apart from that, actually, I have no idea. No, probably the case. After being doctors and the doctors stuff like that. I have never mind well some people might and I have been told I'm attractive race. I'm never attractive. I have big ones because of my race. No, I have never. I have called I have limiting manner. I am just called I've been called slurs that don't even fucking apply to me. Usually by me. I've never been told that I sound white. Actually, I've never been told. Strangers asked to touch my hair or asked if it is real. Like protecting you from being uncomfortable if some weirdo wants to touch your fucking hair. This isn't like any specific thing to a race. People. So, I love dick and I love vagina too. I have never liked I know, but I probably have to. Yeah. Yeah, well, sure, you may have fantasized about fucking dudes and gay sex and just men in general for like quite a lot, but I'm sure you're actually straight. I think my logic was that I was feminizing the men, but I don't think at the time I'd ever heard of the lovely glory that is femboys. Cough, I have fucking AIDS. I have never lied about my sexuality. I never had to come out. I have come out. I never doubted my parents' acceptance of my sexuality. I'm pretty sure they would have been I was pretty sure they would be accepting of my sexuality. My dad, I had slight doubts, but I'm pretty sure he'd be okay. But yeah, I've never been called a fag. I call myself a faggot. I've been called a fag in both the term for like the context of being a homophobic slur and just this other random insult that I hurl on myself. I've never been called dyke. Just I have never been called a fairy or any other categories when P1. I've never been called a faggot, dyke, fairy, or any other derogatory term for homosexuals. No, I haven't. I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy to be a bisexual. I'm not ashamed of it in the slightest. If you're ashamed of your sexuality, then just why? Okay, that kind of sounds like in an ideal world, no one would ever have to be ashamed of the sexuality because that's just who you are. You can't fucking help you want to fuck. And I know people shouldn't care whose dick you want to suck or like, what the fuck else. It's like business. It's none of yours and it should be none of anyone else's. And the only time it should matter is if you're trying to hook up with someone. Or you just want to learn more about someone. Or something like that. I'm always comfortable with partner and public display of affection, I think. This shouldn't. This isn't plain that this only applies to homosexual sexuals, but no, not really. Actually, there's some people be a bit iffy about, having displaying affection with a partner, even if they were straight or like opposite sex couple. For me, I don't have a partner officially. Sort of. I don't want to really talk about that. I wouldn't mind display affection to them. Hell yeah, I fucking would. But I'm not gonna say face or some fucking shit like that. Like, that's just not. I tend to be just friends with my significant other. I actually have had online boyfriend who is a Mexican friend. I miss so much. I have never been ostracized for by my religion for my sexual orientation. I am not religious at all. I've never been told I'm bad orientation. Thankfully, I don't went fucking religion. I have never been told that my sexuality is just a faith. Unfortunately, I have. That's actually something that probably applies more to bisexuals and or asexuals and pretty much anything else. You're just curious. You're just confused. No, nigga. I love dick. I love vagina. I want to be fucked in the ass by a hot guy while I fuck a hot chick. That's not hard to understand. I've never been violent with my sexuality. Thankfully, I have sort of. I suppose can share, so I get half points. Fuck's eggs. I mean, sometimes I feel. I feel tense. Yeah, I am. I identify as a gender woman. Sort of, I guess. I have been initiated as a gender. I don't have any opportunity to ever speak any about gender. English. I can buy them for you. All it is just raw averages in the average income of a woman versus a man. And yes, it would be 77 cents to every dollar a man makes, but that does not take into account any fucking. If they did take into account a bunch of factors, including work hours, what fucking jobs you're working at, pregnancy leaves, and numerous shit like the gender wage gap is exist. I never felt unsafe because of my gender. You haven't. I have never called. No one calls me because I have never sexually assaulted. Not that I know of. I have never been secretly if you haven't been right. That's I fuck. I work every job. I don't feel. The job is hating myself and I don't care. My family and I have never lived below the poverty line. Yes, because we have a line that's actually realistic. I don't have any loans. I've never fucking gone to college. I never literally. Sometimes I go to bed hungry, but that's not in the sense of I have no food to eat. It's more like, okay, I'm hungry, I can't be fucked to get anything to eat. I think it isn't like, we don't have anything to eat, you can't pay, you can't eat. I haven't been homeless. Yep, I fucking sitting clients pay some of my bills. I don't. Because I don't rely on public transportation. Why is that a sign of privilege? In fact, if you do rely on public transportation, that is a sign of privilege because you live in a place that actually gives a shit about infrastructure. Fucking America, where you can't go anywhere without your fucking car because public transport is fucking dog shit. And where I'm from, I could actually live a normal life without a car. I could take a bus, I could catch the train. We have light rails all across Brisbane. It's quite good. Or I could just, just carjack. I meant to say carpool or like take a taxi or just get someone to drive me there. So yeah, I don't know public transportation. You close at least once a month. I don't give a shit. I'll say fuck you. I've never done my taxes myself. I don't have taxes. I need taxes. I have never or because I was an idiot. I have never had to worry about making rent. Why have I never had to worry about rent? Because I don't pay rent because I have a 16-year-old mother. I have never worked as a waiter, barista, bartender, or salesperson. I have never fucking worked. I have had an unpaid internship. No, I haven't. I have had multiple no. I went to summer camp, school camp. I went to private school. No, not really. I graduated. I have yet to graduate. I am going to. I'm going to early college. Okay. My parents have had a car. Not even voice cable. I don't know what they mean by that exactly. Yes? Definitely no. I don't know what Sally Mae is. Who the f is Sally Mae? My parents are hetero. Yeah, they're asexual. I don't think I'll have gay parents. Okay, they could be bisexual. Parents both alive, yes, yeah. My parents still married. They've been separated for like half my entire fucking life, but they haven't gotten a divorce. I do not have any physical disabilities, not that I know of. I don't have any social disabilities. I do. Disabilities. I assume autism doesn't count. I need to sort it. No, I am different. Oh boy. Oh man. Considered suicide. I actually have attempted suicide. Yeah. I kind of. Oh, I mean, why is this a sign of privilege? I mean, like, if you aren't able to take medication for your mental health, that's kind of not good. I have suicide. Never doing attempted suicide, not yet. Oh boy. I've never been a therapist. Prescription drugs recreation. Wow. No, I don't. I'm gonna use marijuana, please. I have never had an addiction. I have had addictions in various sense. I have never been shamed for my religious beliefs. I don't have any religious beliefs. I've never been violently threatened. I've never been. And there's a place of worship for my religion in my town. The atheist churches? No. These are all just religious sins and they don't apply to me. I have never lied about my ethnicity as self-defense. What the fuck does this mean? All my jobs are being accommodated to my religious practices. I don't have a job. I am not nervous in airport security lines. I am nervous because I don't like the airport. I've never heard the statement, you have been randomly selected for secondary passport control. I've never heard it. I have never been called a terrorist. My dad has called me a terrorist. But those are jokes. Nobody has ever tried to save me from my religious beliefs. Save me from my atheism, yeah, someone has. I've never been cyberbullied of any of my identities. No. I was not bullied as a child for any of my identities. I was, I guess. I have never tried to distance myself from any. What the fuck do you mean by this? I've never been self-conscious about any of my identities. I probably have. I've never questioned any. I feel privileged because of the identity loss. What the fuck? You know what I feel privileged about? I feel you've had a fair share of struggles. My struggles is every day where I have to struggle to get up in the morning and not just let myself waste away and fucking die. It is not your responsibility to educate those with kill yourself. See some silly comments. Yeah, these sins weren't actually as cringe as I expected. I guess repeat it out to me. There are white people who are struggling, but those people who are not struggling because of their race. I don't think a lot of these things are due to race. It's usually just class and other things. It's not race, it's class. We're in this fucking fighting over these little divisions that we do to ourselves because we're so fucking stupid about that and fight amongst ourselves. It's kind of sad. We don't unite against a common enemy, the people who try to actually keep us down. So we just infight, who probably also actually fucking grow brain and actually get shit done. And Lord Death ever will come. Knowing it probably won't. So yeah, that's all. Bye.